Hello. Hello. So, Rakesh and Anu, thanks for joining. Are you able to listen or hear me? And is the presentation audible? Sorry, the presentation is visible and I am audible to you? Hello. Anu and Rakesh. Anu, is the PPT visible and am I audible to you? Hello. Fine. Anyway, I guess Anu, you are able to hear me and you are able to see the presentation. So I'll start off now. So we are on the section B, which is about business valuations, module 6, laws and compliance in business valuations. And in that, which is of 50 marks, in that we are looking at, or we have been past a few sessions considering the module 6, which is about laws and compliance in business valuations, which has 5 chapters. Out of that, today we will take up the third chapter, which is about salient features of companies, registered valuers and valuation rules of 2017. So as we know that the Companies Act 2013, so basically we are looking in this module obviously the entire module is of 5% weightage only in the entire 100 marks. So maybe while your exam preparations you are doing, you can accordingly give importance to this module as such. Maybe I have tried to cover the entire study material which is there on the module 6. So in the earlier sessions we have covered IBC framework, which is about the business valuation or related business valuation, and Companies Act related various sections which talks about valuation. In that, section 247 is precisely more about the registered valuers, and under that section there are certain rules which have been prescribed, of which one of the important rule is the Companies Registered Valuers and Valuation Rules 2017. So we will see the various provisions, who is a registered valuer, what all do's and don'ts he should be doing, and ensuring while doing the valuation exercise. So let's start straight with the rules. So rule 2 provides with certain important definitions. So again, I am not covering the entire rules. I have specifically restricted myself in overall all the sessions to the study material that has been provided by the institute, and out of that I have created all these PPT with crisps and concise conceptual coverage of the study material. So you will have to view it accordingly during your studies. Yeah, so rule 2 spells out certain important definitions. There are a whole lot of definitions which are there in the actual rules 2017. But in the study material, there are only few definitions that have been covered, which again I have picked up as it is, and have to simplify it and give the only crux of the matter or the crux of the concept over here. So asset class is defined in rule 2C. It is a distinct group of assets like lands, building, machinery, etc. with similar characteristics requiring specialized values for each class. So it's a group of assets again of various assets that are owned by a particular business organization. Obviously these assets need to have similar characteristics so as to be regrouped accordingly, and again such group of assets will require specialized values for each class of the assets. Then is the another important definition called certificate of registration. Now this certificate of registration is granted to a registered valuers organization, signifying official recognition. So there is a certificate which has been granted to a registered valuers organization. So there is something called RVO which has been set up for the registered valuers and valuation purposes. So this certificate of registration is a recognition being given, official recognition being given to a particular registered valuers organization. Then third definition which has been covered in the study material is about partnership entity, rule 2F. So a partnership firm is a firm registered under the Indian Partnership Act 1932 or an LLP under the LLP Act 2008. So this such kind of partnership firm which has been registered under the Indian Partnership Act or an LLP under the LLP Act 2008 is called as partnership entity. Another definition is about valuer, which is rule 2Z. A person registered with the authority as per the rules, also referred to as a registered valuer. So in the entire rules, either such person will be called as a valuer or registered valuer. Obviously such person has to be registered with the authority as prescribed under the rules. Now who will be the registered valuer, etc., we will see as a rule as we progress with the presentation. So eligibility of registered valuers. An individual entity, if at all individual person is wanting to act as a registered valuer, then his eligibility criteria are as follows. He should be a member of registered valuers organization, RVO, and recommended by it. He should have passed the valuation exam as per rule 5 within the last 3 years. He should have met qualification and experience criteria as per rule 4. He should not be a minor of unsound mind or an undischarged bankrupt. He should be a resident of India as per FEMA. He should not have been convicted for certain offences or imprisoned for 7+ years. He should not have been penalized under section 271(a) of the Income Tax Act with 5 years past since penalty if applicable, and he should be deemed to be fit and proper. So these are the individual criteria, eligibility criteria for an individual person who wants to be a registered valuer. So these are the essential criteria fulfillment that an individual has to do before he becomes a registered, or he is called as a registered valuer under these rules. So general requirement in terms of rule 4, that is qualification and experience of that particular registered valuer. So these are the general requirements. So he should be a postgraduate degree holder or a diploma holder in specified discipline, minimum 3 years experience, a bachelor's degree or equivalent, minimum 5 years experience, members of professional institute like CA, CMA with minimum 3 years experience, and the specified disciplines refer to the field relevant to the asset class being valued. So this is how the general requirements have been specified under the qualification and experience rule 4. Then under rule 4 again there is something called asset class wise eligibility. So because of the peculiar nature of the asset, accordingly the specific qualification and experience should be there for the registered valuer so as to value that particular class of asset. So for plant and machinery, the individual person should be a graduate in relevant engineering or valuation fields with a 5 years experience, or he should be a postgraduate in the same fields with 3 years experience. If it's a land and building as a class of asset, then he should be a graduate in civil engineering, architecture or town planning with 5 years experience, or else he should be a postgraduate in the same field or in land or real estate valuation with 3 years experience. Rule 5 again talks about the valuation examination, which is one of the eligibility criteria for an individual. The valuation exam is conducted by the authority or its designated agency for eligible individuals with qualifications and experience as per Rule 4 and who have completed the required 50-hour educational course from a registered valuers organization. So these are the examination criteria that an individual has to fulfill, which have been spelled out in Rule 5. So he should appear for the valuation exam, which is being with the relevant qualifications and experience, and should have completed the required 50-hour educational course from a registered valuers organization. The syllabus is set by the authority based on the recommendations from a committee of experts, and the syllabus format, frequency and qualifying marks for the exam are published on the authority's website. Individuals receive an acknowledgement upon passing the examination. There is no limit on the number of attempts to take the exam. So these are the valuation examination criteria one has to fulfill before being called and being recognized as a registered valuer. Then Rule 6 talks about application for certificate of registration. So individuals must apply using form. So again, this is more of procedural. Once you clear your examination and you satisfy the qualification and experience criteria, and more precisely the eligibility criteria of Rule 3, then only you will be considered as a registered valuer, upon which such individual has to apply Form A with a fee of 5,000. Partnership firms or companies must apply using Form B with a fee of rupees 10,000. The applicants have 21 days to correct any deficiency or submit additional documents or clarifications. 21 days to appear personally or via representative if required. If satisfied, the authority will grant a certificate in Form C within 60 days. If not granting the certificate, reasons will be communicated within 45 days, excluding time taken for clarification. So applicants must respond to rejection reasons within 15 days. Authority will accept or reject the application within 30 days of response. So in short, this is the procedural aspect, that upon clearing and qualifying the examinations and having requisite experience and qualifications, an individual can apply with the appropriate authority under certain specified forms. If he is an individual and if it's a partnership firm or company, must apply within with a specified form and paying prescribed fees. There will be certain timelines that have been set by the Rule 6 to clear the deficiency or any incorrect information that has been submitted, or any additional documents if at all has been sought by the authority. If satisfied, the authority will grant a certificate in Form C within 60 days. If not granting the certificate, the suitable reasons, valid reasons will be communicated within 45 days. Applicant must respond to the rejection reasons within 15 days, and after those rejection reasons response has been filed, either the authority will accept or reject the application within 30 days of the response. Then comes Rule 7, which talks about conditions for registration. So in order to be a registered valuer and to get a proper certificate of registration, such individual should remain eligible as per Rules 3 and 4. He should comply with the bylaws of the Registered Valuers Organization, that is RVO. He should only conduct valuations for the asset class they are registered for, because again the experience and qualification asset class wise has been specified in the Rule 6, sorry, Rule 5. Seek prior approval before shifting to another RVO. So there are multiple RVOs according to the respective RVO where the application for registration has been sought. If at all an individual wants to shift to any other RVO, then he has to seek prior approval before shifting to another RVO. He should maintain records for a minimum of 3 years of whatever valuation and the valuation related exercises and reports that he would have submitted. Follow the code of conduct prescribed by each RVO. So whichever registration authority or under which RVO this particular individual has registered and has been granted a certificate of registration, that code of conduct will have to be followed. Ensure only a partner or director signs the valuation report if at all that particular report is being issued by a partnership firm or a company. In case of firms, both the firm and the signing partner or director are jointly and severally liable. Such individual must immediately inform the authority about any removal of partners or directors. So these are the conditions for registration. Then comes Rule 8, which is about conduct of valuation. So in short, if you see, because we are talking about laws and compliance of business valuations, the entire register, we first of all know that valuation has to be done by a registered valuer. We have seen that enough in the earlier sessions. Now if at all he has to be a registered valuer, then such registered valuer has to comply with all the provisions that have been prescribed under these companies' registered valuers and valuation rules 2017. So those who are wanting to pursue any career in valuation per se and have inclination towards that as a CMA, then they will have to follow all these rules which are prescribed in order to be a registered valuer. So conduct of valuation again has been prescribed in Rule 8, how the valuation should be conducted. There is specific guidelines and provisions under these rules. So valuation standards. So valuations must follow standards notified under Rule 18. So as per the Rule 18 of these rules, the certain valuation standards have been prescribed, and those valuation standards are notified under Rule 18, and accordingly the valuation should be done. Hello? Hello? Yes sir, Rakesh, yeah, tell me. I have started the session actually so I am not too sure what do I do in terms of you be eligible to hear me. I need to give a link again in that case. So I don't know whether this chapter has a facility of Google Meet again. And the link. What has happened, lot of revamping of the technical stuff, setups have happened in this chapter, and that is creating a lot of issue. I am not able to stream also. So, I am not able to record also. But I understand your plight. You want to, you are able to see me but not able to hear me, right? So, let me just check whether any issue is there about this. Let me just check. Yeah, if I can resolve the hearing part, that will anyway solve the problem, I guess. Yeah, let me just check. So you just remain hanged on, continue. If at all you start able to hear me, then the things would have got resolved. Let me just check the technical guy before he leaves. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah. No, that's what. So this whole issue has happened. So let me just figure out. You are able to see the PPT, right? Okay. It's only not able to hear me out. Okay, fine. Give me 2 minutes. I'll just let it.